Welcome to this Hope to Go. Today I want to ask you a question. Can these bones live? This is the focus of our Hope to Go, renewal of the mind. God asked the prophet Ezekiel a profound question. Son of man, can these bones live? Ezekiel 37:3. And I believe that's the same question that's being asked today. The big hope truth, the Lord is in the business of reviving, restoring, and renewing dry bones and dreams that appear to be dead. It doesn't matter what type of valley you find yourself in. This word is for you. A valley isn't always a deserted, waterless wasteland that we've been walking in. A valley is any place where we aren't living in the fullness of God. The question, Son of Man, can these bones live, reveals renewal is a choice. God blows Ezekiel's mind when he tells him to speak to the dry bones. Now, what God was saying then and now is renewal begins in the mind and is activated by a choice to speak and live and do as God does. Faith, beloved, empowers us to see the invisible, embrace the impossible, and hope for the incredible. The big hope principle here is our minds are the gateway to our emotions, decisions, and perceptions. Therefore, how we see the world around us, the assumptions that we live with, the lies that we believe must be first dealt with in our minds to experience authentic renewal. Now, here's a shocker to some people. Being born again does not change you unless you follow it with a renewing of the mind. Romans 12:2 and A, it says this, and it coaches us in the renewing process. Do not be conformed any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This tense of this verse reveals that we must stop conforming, implying that this is something that we're prone to do. The word conformed used here is the word that we get our English word scheme from, and it's sometimes translated fashioned. Paul is urging us to stop being pushed into the fashion of the world. J.B. Phillips offers this paraphrase: don't let the world squeeze you into its mold. Listen, every one of us are in two categories, one of two categories. We are either being conformed to the world by living dry of the Word of God, or we are being transformed by the Word, saying what God says, like the prophet Ezekiel, to see what God says. Now, if you're serious about being renewed, there must be a mind shift, and it's time for you and your destiny to be released. Let's invite God to renew our minds and to see dry bones come alive in 2020. And that's your hope to go. Ha ha.